Hey boys and girls, I'd like to go over Ohio. It's a pretty neat state that we live in. Ohio, Ohio. And I had sent a book about Ohio and just kind of wanted to share with you the different things that I had um, that I would have wanted to have you look at and see. Um, Everybody got a book. Oops, I'm not having a good time here. Everybody had a book that looked like this, Ohio State Symbol Coloring Book. And the coloring book, boys and girls, had explanations and told you a little bit about some of the different things in Ohio and about Ohio. On my board that I have up here, Ohio, below it, there we have the flag, the Ohio flag. The O stands for Ohio. Now, the stars in there, boys and girls, there are 17 stars. The reason why we have 17 stars in our flag is because Ohio was number 17 to become a state in the United States of America. So Ohio was number 17. Now, here I have an Ohio flag, and you can see that the Ohio flag is not rectangular like many of the flags we see. We have a little cutout, which makes it look more triangular, which makes our flag a little bit special. Now, boys and girls, every state, and we talked about this in the United States, there were 50 states. There are 50 states. And every star on the flag, on the United States flag, stands for one of the states. In Ohio, we were the 17th star to be put on the flag for the 17th state, Ohio. Now, every state in the United States, they all have their own special flags, and that is what Ohio's flag looks like. Here we have what our state looks like. You can see some of the rivers. I guess you can't. Well, on mine, shows a few of the rivers. The one river that everybody should know about is the Ohio River. The Ohio River. And boys and girls, it shows here there is a compass rose, and it talks about east to west. The state of Ohio is 225 miles wide, and from north to south, Ohio is 215 miles long. So that is how wide and how long the state of Ohio is. Some of the other special things about Ohio, different symbols. We have our state tree, which is the Buckeye tree. And there's a picture of it up there. We have carnations as our state flower, and not just any carnation, it's the red carnation. We also have a state wildflower, which is a trillium. Did you know we have a state beverage, which is a drink? My favorite, one of my favorites, tomato juice. Ooh, I love tomato juice. And I would say if you've never tried tomato juice, next time maybe mom or dad are at the store, say, can you get a small container of tomato juice so I try it? And it's really good cold tomato juice. Good. Okay. The seal of Ohio. Let's see. The seal of Ohio, boys and girls. I have a black and white one here. That is what the seal of Ohio looks like. And if you take time, ask mom or dad if you can turn on the TV when the governor comes on. He's been coming on about every day at 2 o'clock, and he talks to the people of Ohio and tells them how things are going. And boys and girls, you will see the state seal on the podium that he stands by. Okay, so that is the seal of Ohio. Did you know there was a seal for our city, Toledo? There's also a seal for the United States of America. So different seals are used. They don't look the same at all. And every state also has a special seal. So, the seal of Ohio. Let's see. We have a state motto. Our state motto is Ohio, the heart of it all. That's our state motto. We even have a song, a state song, which is called Beautiful Ohio. Beautiful Ohio. Our state bird is the cardinal. Cardinal. And our state animal is the white-tailed deer. And boys and girls, the white-tailed deer is found in every county in the state of Ohio. And the state of Ohio, on the map that is in your book, shows that there are 88 counties that make up Ohio. And in those 88 counties, there are white-tailed deer in every one of those counties. Now, one of our little symbols, we have a state insect, and that is the ladybug. The ladybug is our state bug. Our state bug, the ladybug. And we have a state fossil. Figure that. Trilobite. And we also have a state stone, which is called the flint. Flint. Now, from the buckeye tree, I got a whole bunch of buckeyes here. From the buckeye tree, the seed is called a buckeye. And boys and girls, this is what a buckeye looks like. Now, people do make edible buckeyes out of chocolate and peanut butter, which are really yummy, but a buckeye is not edible. A buckeye is not an edible nut. So, but they do say that the buckeye looks like the eye of the white-tailed deer, which is our state animal. Let's see if there was anything I wanted to. Oh, we also do have a state motto, and it's, I like this. It's with God, all things are possible. That's the Ohio state motto. With God, all things are possible. Now, one thing that is special about Ohio is that eight United States presidents came from Ohio. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And in your book, I have listed all the different presidents that were from Ohio and when they were president. And there they are, the 8 presidents that came from the state of Ohio. And let's see. Oh, one of the things too that when we talk about Ohio, there are some things that when we think of Ohio and we think of what Ohio does and what people do for a living. There are some things, boys and girls, that when you think of Ohio, you don't think maybe that, oh, I eat that all the time, or oh, I bought one of those, that they actually came from the state of Ohio. So, one of the things that, if you've ever had Smuckers, jellies and jams, and syrup and things to put over your ice cream, those come from Ohio. The company Smuckers is in Ohio. So if you go out to a restaurant ever again and they have the little jelly packets that say Smuckers, those were made in Ohio. Those were made in Ohio. And it's in Orville, Ohio. Orville, Ohio. A fun place to visit, and my grandkids and I, we went there, is, how many of you have ever had Dum-Dums before? Well, there is a company called Spangler, and Spangler makes Dum-Dums and candy canes at Christmas time and Peeps and all those yummy, yummy candy things. And they are in Bryan, Ohio. And boys and girls, it's really cool. You can go there. They, you can go on a train ride through their factory, and they show you the different things that they make. And it's a really neat place to visit in Bryan, Ohio. So, when we're allowed to go out and about, go visit the Spangler Candy Factory in Bryan, Ohio. That's where all these candies come from, in Ohio. Another place, Campbell's Soup. They have a plant in Napoleon, Ohio, and my uncle and my cousins, they work there. And I know my uncle, who's a farmer, he used to take his tomatoes that he grew out in the fields, and he would take them to Napoleon, and they would make them into tomato soup and use them to make ketchup and all sorts of different things. So another place my uncle took his tomatoes was a place in Toledo, which was the Hunt factory, and he would deliver his tomatoes at the Hunt factory to made into ketchup. So a lot of things that are made in Ohio that maybe some people don't even realize. I know there was, I can't remember the town, but it was the Longenberger basket factory, and the factory was a huge basket, and all these baskets were made, and I'm not sure they're still in business anymore, but that was another company that was in Ohio that made different types of things. And there are many, many other places that make special things. So that is our state, Ohio. It's a pretty cool place that we live in. And boys and girls, I don't know how well you can see this. B is for Buckeye, boys and girls. This is a really cool book, and it's from Sleeping Bear Press, and I don't know if your mums or dads can get this up, I don't know, on internet or somehow. It has all different kinds of books. They show some of them in the back, and this one that I have, B is for Buckeye, is about Ohio. But this is Discover America State by State with alphabet books. And here, just B is for Bluegrass. That would be about the state of Kentucky. Here we have one, P is for Peach. I know that one's got to be Georgia. Here, V is for Volunteer. I think that's for the state of Tennessee. So there's all sorts of different books, and each book is an alphabet book about the different states in the United States. But this one is for Ohio. B is for Buckeye. And I did get this one year from one of my students. Really, really cool book. I'm trying to see. Okay. Oh, I wanted to read this little insert here, which I thought was so cool. Did you know that Ohio is called the mother of presidents? For the 8 United States presidents were born there. Or that 23 astronauts, the most of any state, are from Ohio? That's pretty cool. And they say, read the book to find more amazing facts. And like I said, with the symbol book that I sent home with you, there were little information snippets about the different things. So here we see A is for astronaut. And I'm not going to read this to you. I just want to share some of the pictures with you because we had 23. Here, boys and girls, you can see the cardinal, our state bird, and here you see the Buckeye tree, the Buckeye tree. Here you see our capital, which is in Columbus, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio. Here they show the letter E is for Lake Erie. We have one of the Great Lakes by Ohio. Here they show our stone, the flint, and the Indians, there's a whole bunch of them down here. Indians use flint to make their arrows and their spears. Take my cover off. It's causing me trouble. This picture is it's for the letter I, letter I. And for the letter I, we had inventors that came from the state of Ohio. Have you ever heard of Wilbur and Orville Wright? They invented an airplane. And we had many Ohio inventors that worked on lights. Garrett Morgan invented the first traffic light. Charles Brush created electricity arc light, the electrical arc light, which replaced Thomas Edison's light. And Thomas Edison was the one that we probably know of, because when we think of electricity, we think of Thomas Edison. He was from Ohio. So boys and girls, a lot of different inventors that came from the state of Ohio also. Somebody we talked about, Johnny Appleseed. And we know that he was a pioneer that came to Ohio, Johnny Appleseed. Here we see our state bug, the ladybug. Here we see the Ohio River. Our state animal, the white-tailed deer, found in all 88 counties. A variety of pictures here. The flag, our state shape. I see tomatoes. I see Buckeyes. Oh, and even the state flower, the trillium. State wildflower. Oh, there's another picture of the 8 presidents that came from Ohio. Interesting. I don't know how many of you eat hot cereals. They have Q for Quaker Oats. And Quaker Oats, boys and girls, was a company that started out in Akron, Ohio. They even have R is for roller coasters, which we've got Cedar Point close to us, and down in Cincinnati area they have I can't think of the name of that place down there. So we have 2 huge amusement parks in Ohio. Our state beverage, tomato juice. Oh, and there's the Wright brothers as they were working on their first airplane. There are many museums and things, boys and girls, that are all part of Ohio. And here, boys and girls, Z they have is for zoo, and they actually have, Ohio has 5 zoos. Toledo Zoo, Akron Zoo, Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati. So boys and girls, this is a really cool book about our state of Ohio. State of Ohio. So, boys and girls, I hope, I even have a bouquet of red carnations. I hope that gives you a little bit of information on our state of Ohio, and I hope the book that Mrs. Shirley ran off for you, which I don't know why I'm having such a hard time focusing in here, helps you learn a little bit about your state, the 17th state of the United States of America, the state of Ohio.